I'm Corbett Wall with DV Auction, here with your feeder flash for Thursday, May the 10th. And on Wednesday the markets were mostly lower in your feeder cattle auctions, but I want you to hang with me to the end of this report because I've got several individual quotes and still getting a lot of eye-opening prices out there when you get the kind of condition and some big strings of cattle, and there's several of them that you don't want to miss. This weekend I'm going to be headed up to Canada to the Livestock Markets Association of Canada's convention. They've got their Canadian Livestock Auctioneer Championship going on. I'm going to be speaking to the group on Saturday morning there and really looking forward to it and hoping to have a good time up there, and I'm sure I will. Let's look at the board on Wednesday. June live cattle futures down 62 cents to end the day at 105.67. August was down $1.10 at 103.37. August feeder cattle down $1 or $2 at 142.70. In May, spot feeder cattle down 57 cents to end the day on Wednesday at 137.15. Fat cattle trade, it's a lot like last week. We're seeing a little bit of trickle of trade come in, a couple thousand here, a couple thousand there, and but mostly all of it is for a 2 to 4 week delivery. You can sure tell that on the prices. We're ranging in there mostly just in the northern plains from 120 to 125, and some of that 125 might be for immediate delivery, but on the dress trade from 188 to 193, all for out front sales there, and everybody's still expecting things to slide off pretty fast. But I don't know that the packers are going to get to take all this market position away this week. They're sure going to want to, but they're trying to ramp these kills up so strong that they're going to need cattle, and I don't think we've got into them deep enough yet. They do have a lot of cattle here coming in the next 3 weeks or so that they bought over the last month, and our show lists are increasing this week. They were larger in every area except for Colorado, I think it was. But Fed Cattle Exchange had a pretty good run of cattle on there. No sales, of course. These packers will just not support something that they think may bring competition into the industry, and they're totally against that. They've pretty much gotten rid of all that except for the little dab of negotiated cash trade that we have. Thank goodness for consolidated beef producers and the handful of old school hard-nosed guys that are still selling their cattle negotiated every week and establishing the price, and all these guys that sell the 75% plus cattle on the formula, they should be buying steaks and sending gifts to the handful of guys that still got guts enough to sell negotiated, because they have been being real tough, digging their heels in, ice water in their veins, really showing their strength and trying to keep all the leverage they can, and all these formula guys behind them are being able to take advantage of that because they're getting to sell off of that market. But really not sure where we're going to end up this week. We don't have a clue whether it's going to be higher, lower, the same, if they're going to buy very many cattle at all on the immediate delivery market or not, and it's probably going to come down to late Friday to see, but I sure hope the guys hang in there tough. Box beef cutout values continue strong, but starting to show a little sign of resistance at these lofty levels that we've cranked up to here over the last 2 or 3 weeks. But choice cutouts on Wednesday afternoon, 230.96, up just 3 cents, and selects are continuing to get further away from the choice, with select cuts at 208.95, down 98 cents, and the choice select spread now is 22.01. Your slaughter, we talked earlier in the week, they're going to ramp up the slaughter. They're making so much money they can't resist. They've sold a lot of product out front. They've got to be able to cover those needs plus the needs on the spot market, so they are really going to crank things up to some of the highest slaughter levels we believe in many years. And that's just good for the industry, and thank goodness they're doing it. But last week was the biggest week of slaughter we've had so far this year. And this week, 356,000 through Wednesday, which is 3,000 more than last week and 9,000 more than the same week a year ago. Your feeder cattle markets real-time index on Beef Market Central based on the 800-pound steer, laid on Wednesday, setting at 137.13, up 62 cents with some really good sales. Wednesday is our featured sale day now. It used to always be Monday, but now it's Wednesday. But you see, one reason that that RTI came up a little bit is your weights backed off quite a bit, off 5 pounds, now averaging 799 pounds from all those steers up through the 12 states, from 7 to 899 pounds. But your big sale, biggest sale in the nation, OKC West in El Reno, Oklahoma, 11,500 head for their 2-day sale. You think that sounds like a lot? A year ago they had 19,500 head for a 1-day sale. But if you look at your markets there, you know, we were doomed to be a little bit lower. Been having higher trends there for several weeks in a row. But feeder steers selling $2 to $4 lower. Feeder heifers steady to weak. But look at this individual quote out of El Reno there. 98 head of thin-fleshed, good quality steers, just right to turn out on grass. Weighed 684 pounds at 166 there, just around noontime. And another big market in the Southern Plains, Dodge City, Kansas, winter livestock auction at 3,200 head. Look at their year ago numbers, 6,500 head. So we're going to be able to take advantage of fewer cattle going into the lots now after we get over this wall and through all those big numbers, but not moving near as many cattle right now here as we were the same time a year ago. But feeders $1 to $3 lower. Don't forget, Joplin Regional Stockyards is having a video auction here on Thursday. You can watch it on dvauction.com or go to joplinstockyards.com. You can tie into the same bidding console and bid right there from your home or office. And I think that's at 1 o'clock Central Time. St. Joe Stockyards had a little bit lighter run on Wednesday, but still had a good sale there. 1,800 head. Market was steady to $3 lower in St. Joe. But look at this individual quote on a big string of heifers in St. Joe, Missouri. 144 head of heifers, weighed 795, almost 800 pounds. That's a pretty good size heifer at 131.75. That's a good ticket on the girls. But blowing everybody away, Torrington livestock markets in Torrington, Wyoming sold 180 head of 632-pound steers, 189. Wow. And you think that's high? Look at a crack on some really big steers there. 234 head of steers weighing 977, bring 132.75. That's your feeder flash for Thursday.